everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for my DC Fandome 2021 Watch Along. It is October 16th, 2021, and for today's video, I thought that I would prepare a bunch of different videos from DC's event that show off various trailers from upcoming movies, TV shows, and video games. I'm stoked to watch them with you. I will be providing my live reaction to each, followed by hopefully small, short, but still meaningful mini dive discussion on each. With how many trailers I have here before me, probably there's going to be substance in each that I could stretch out the amount of talk time and make this a 2-hour video. But I don't want that because I don't know if anybody wants to watch me talk for 2 hours, especially over just a couple of minute long videos times 10 or so. So we'll still try to have fun. I look forward in advance to the comments below about what you thought of each trailer, my reactions, and let's see if we bounce off some cool ideas and whatnot together. But before we start watching the videos in succession, I wanted to give a special shout out to Smallville, one of my favorite shows of all time, because today is the 20th anniversary of when the first episode aired on TV back on October 16th of 2001. A very special time in my life as I turned 18 during that summer in July, was now a freshman in university, was looking forward to the launch of the Nintendo GameCube that would come next month in November, and Xbox. We unfortunately had a very sad worldwide impacting event, which was 9/11. And although, this form of entertainment can't undo that, and that is a very sad thing on its own, at least we did have some type of joy to help distract from more serious times, and that's kind of what video games and superhero TV shows do for us. But going back to a positive note, Smallville was my jam. I watched every single episode, every week, week after week. I was hooked. When that first episode started, after watching the trailers, watching the previews throughout summer, I was amped. That Somebody Save Me song got me every time. I fell in love with the cast right away. Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, Erica Durance, eventually in the series, Kristen Crook. Everyone was A-list, top quality actor, actress. The story was fun. It was a modern telling of Superman through the eyes of and the journey following a young Clark Kent through his high school years and his friends, and showing the powers level up along the way. It was a 10-season long series. It even lasted through the writer's strike. Several seasons in, a lot of shows got significantly reduced. Smallville still had some shows, some episodes made in advance that they were able to throw in and still have a pretty beefy season, giving us new TV in a time where a lot of shows, like I said, were either canceled or had significantly reduced seasons in terms of overall length and quality in most cases. So Smallville was it. This show lasted me my whole run at CSUN. This show was my whole adult show from 18 to 28. Kind of a wild ride, Well, almost 28. It ended in May of 2011, so I guess I was 27 and 10 months old or something like that. But yeah, after every week of watching the show, the day before the new episode would air, I had recorded the previous episode on VHS tape and would watch it again, so it would be fresh in my mind. And I did this for every episode. They used to have a Smallville online forum back in the day, and I would write comments on every episode and post thoughts and speculation pieces and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. It was a good community to be a part of. They even had an opportunity for fans to be on the show, which I didn't get to be, but There was an episode in particular where fans recorded themselves ahead of time saying, you know, somebody save me, and then the red blue blur came. Well, I kind of auditioned for that with a little video reel that I sent in. They went with a very different direction on the show itself, but hey, I attempted to be a part of Smallville history. Yeah, the show means a lot to me. Superman was my favorite character growing up as a kid. This show just further cemented that for 10 years, which is amazing. And Superman to this day is still my favorite character of all time in the world of superheroes. But he's also up there with just favorite characters in general, along with Mario, Link, Ryu from Street Fighter. Yeah, Superman's in some awesome territory. But, anyways, getting back to it, the fact that the show lasted 10 years, now we are 10 years removed from the series finale celebrating the 20th anniversary. We have come a long way, and the show's coming on Blu-ray soon. It was great seeing Tom Welling and Erica Durance in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, you know, with Flash and Supergirl and Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, all of that, you know, a few years ago. And yeah, it's cool seeing the actors once in a while get together at a panel. I'm a big fan of all of them, and talking about their fun that they had, the chemistry they had. It's good to know that they had a good time. One of my classmates, actually, it was kind of funny, back at CSUN, she worked at a store in which clothes were being purchased for Tom Welling for the show. So that was my little one connection away from someone who knew someone who was connected to Smallville. But yeah, that's actually a fun little memory on the side. But anyways, thank you, Smallville. Thank you to the entire cast, everyone involved, on putting together such an awesome show and giving me many, many hours of joy for 10 whole years, and honestly something that I think today still stands up pretty well. Yeah, the special effects run between 10 to 20 years old. If you watch something nowadays on TV, you see a lot higher visual fidelity in terms of polygons, particle effects, and stuff like that. But the show still has a lot of heart, great characters, awesome music throughout it, a fun story, and still cool special effects. So, Smallville, thank you. And with that out of the way, let's actually hop into these trailers, beginning with Peacemaker. This is the official teaser on HBO Max. Let's check it out. John Cena. Alright, cool.
Jamil, you cool?
What does that mean?
Truth is, you're supposed to be in prison.
For what?
Superhero stuff.
What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
Get out of here! There's no superhero called Peacemaker!
Dude, I'm famous.
You're a born killer with expertise in every weapon known to humankind. I'm giving you the chance to stay out of prison and work for me.
Kill people.
Bad people.
This is hardcore. Be a handler in the field. John Economist, Tech and Tactics. And this is our new recruit, Ade Bayo.
You don't have to shoot people after you already killed them.
Right. Who's the guy that's peeking out behind the trash?
Vigilantes, trying to be helpful.
Hey! Our first target is Senator Roland Goff. Goff may be traveling with his family.
Are you sure those two kids came out of those parents? That's an attractive couple. That one looks like it came out of them, but the other one looks like a butt baby.
A butt baby.
Yeah, my older brother told me there's two types of babies. One that comes out normal, and then butt babies. Worse in every way, they come out of a woman's butt. Oh, I believed I was a butt baby until I was like 14.
That explains a lot.
She's from the Orange is the New Black. I like her.
Something about him that's
Funny.
sad.
Hey, Dad.
How did my sperm go into a dancing boy like you?
No, lately I'm just thinking of a maniac.
No!
That's because we're born killers. What separates us from other killers is we only kill bad people. Usually. Unless there's a mistake.
You use being a jerk as a way to push people away.
You suck at PowerPoint.
But if you would just drop that, people actually might like you.
Oh my God. He's hugging me. He's hugging me. Dad, grab my phone. I don't want to move. Dad?
January 13th. Okay, cool. That's just a couple of months away. Yeah, that looks good. That was fun. I'm a big John Cena fan, first of all. I think he's great. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I had the opportunity to meet John Cena back in February of 2017 at a Nintendo event. We got to play Nintendo Switch together for like 30-40 minutes, took pictures. Great guy. I was a big fan of him in the WWE days of his, and any movie he's in, any project he's in, like, I'm going to watch. The guy does tons of Make-A-Wish Foundation meets, and that's terrific. And overall, really cool person. So it's really cool seeing John Cena continue his role as Peacemaker, because in the Suicide Squad that came out a couple of months ago in theaters and on HBO Max, he was really funny in it. And to have a TV show based off of his character and continuing on from that movie is awesome. I think DC has something with this HBO Max setup, and I'm already enjoying Titans and Doom Patrol on it, so keep bringing more like this. That was a fun trailer. It looks fun and funny, and I'm going to like it because that was awesome. All right, moving on next. That was good. Moving on next is Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom teaser coming 2022. Let's watch this one.
Aloha, DC Fandome. I apologize for the 4-year wait. Oh my gosh. Been there since 2017. But I'm very proud of the sequel because it's tackling a lot of issues environmentally. Stakes are higher, and I'm just excited because I had a big part in my boy James, you know? Check it out. I'm excited for you to see it. Tides are changing. It's important. The tides are changing.
Like the comic book, the world of Aquaman is so big and so rich.
It's epic. It's huge. It's colorful. The world is at stake.
I'm super excited to be back making the sequel. I have so much invested into it. I love this character. I love what it represents. There's nothing that I've ever been a part of that's like this.
People are going to be in for a treat. When Aquaman 2 comes out, they're going to get a movie that's more mature, but yet still retain its fun, to give the audience something different, something new that they haven't seen before.
The success of that movie as the biggest DC movie of all time shows what James Wan and his team were able to do. And in this second film, we have turned the dials up to 11. It has the action, the fun, the heart.
Action!
Superheroes and supervillains have entertained generations of fans across the globe.
Good, you got it? We put that in the movie?
To play around with this cast again is quite a trip. We're having a blast. This movie's a lot of fun.
I think fans are going to be very happy. So I think James is really excited to go all out.
This is an exciting scene. We better get to a little bit of action.
It's going to be a fun adventure like it was the first time. Just better.
We see that Black Manta is still seeking his vengeance to try and kill Aquaman. That's gonna be something that's exciting for the audience, something for them to be swept up into the world of Aquaman again.
About to kick some ass.
It's a globe-trotting story. We visit so many different worlds. This movie isn't afraid to embrace its fantasy and go on this magical journey. I think it's gonna be really awesome.
Let me see what the release date was on that one again. December 16th, 2022. Okay, so that one's a late next year one. That was really cool too. it was more of a behind the scenes and not so much a trailer. But I was a big fan of Aquaman, and if I'm not mistaken, it is a $1 billion grossing film, which is DC's highest grossing film ever, as they mentioned. And that movie brought us to a few nice locales. You know, we visited the desert, we fought on land, we were in Europe, and of course we had breathtaking underwater scenes. And the movie felt different enough because a lot of superhero movies, they take place in different cityscapes on land. You have once in a while something that has a very unique visual identity like Black Panther did in Wakanda, different kind of tech, different environment. You know, you travel in space a lot in different movies, superhero and otherwise, but not a whole lot of films dive literally deep into the water. And exploring Atlantis and this whole mythos behind it was pretty cool. So the fact that this movie is just going to be bigger and explore more worlds within Earth, and I'm excited. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Black Manta looks good. Jason Momoa is a very charismatic actor. I think he brings a lot to his role. I'm a fan of his, and he's a great Aquaman. If you think of Aquaman, you know, depending on what era you come from, you have your identity of him as being kind of cheesy, oh, talking to fish, but reality is he is so much more. He is cool. He is a king. He is powerful. I think Jason Momoa brings a great charismatic approach to the character and makes him feel larger than life and like a really big role, not a side character in any way of the DC superheroes at the core, you know. He is just as important as a Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman to the DC universe. And, well, you've seen that it is the most successful movie, so hopefully this one nails it and, like they said, is just that much bigger and better. I'm looking forward to it. Another good one. So we've got January and December, opposite ends of 2022. Two things to look forward to so far. All right, next up, Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, trailer teaser. This is a 2023 project. Let's check it out.
Hello, my name is Zachary Levi. I should have a little tag. And I play Shazam. We all established something very special in the first movie. And in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, we expand on that.
Now they have to balance their life with being superheroes.
This is where you hang out with your superhero friends, isn't it?
These goddesses come to our world.
Our incredible new villains, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. She's kick-ass as Calypso.
We have mythological creatures.
Minotaurs, harpies, dragons.
When I talk about upgrades, we got an upgrade, a huge upgrade in the suit. Bigger action sequences, bigger set pieces.
We go from Athens to Philadelphia. We go from the Rock of Eternity and the Library of Eternity to the Realm of the Gods. So we get to go to environments that were never explored in the first film.
We have it all.
3, 2, 1.
Shazam, Fury of the Gods takes the excitement and the action to a whole new level.
It's going to be more of a spectacle.
It's fun all around. You're in store for a treat, y'all.
2023 at some point. Okay, we don't know the date yet, but I don't know. Could be a May movie. That's just total speculation on a random month in the year. I was a big fan of Shazam. I thought it was really cool. I always like little extra nods too. So just off the top of my head, when they were playing Mortal Kombat, that was neat. And of course, towards the end of the movie, spoiler, Hadouken! That part, fantastic. I also enjoyed I brought a friend, and we've got, Superman suit. We don't see Henry Cavill's face because, it wasn't him. It was a stand-in. Otherwise, of course, they would have taken advantage and had his face involved in it too. But we had that Superman. We had that crossover, full acknowledgement that, hey, yeah, Shazam does take place in that universe as the past recently, the recent Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman from the past films that just came out. Said that kind of weird, but you know what I mean. We got that gist of it throughout the film, but like that really cemented it, And I'm looking forward to the sequel. It'll be interesting to see because, the actors, especially the younger ones, did age up more, so it'll be more visually apparent that it is, 4+ years later. But in the film, it'll be interesting to see, is it just like 1 or 2 years have passed? Do they kind of have their stuff together? Billy and his foster family of brothers and sisters. But I think it's going to be another fun and funny movie. The feeling of the first one was great. And ironically, I think Zachary Levi did a great job as Shazam, but before it was announced that it was going to be him, I thought that John Cena, this is way back, right? I thought that John Cena would have been a great Shazam. So it's kind of neat to see John as Peacemaker, a different role, but still getting to show off comedy and stuff. At the end of the day, I'm happy for both. Zachary pulled off Shazam very well. He keeps that humor that he has as a kid and is, this 12-year-old man-child in this case. But yeah, suit looks good. I'm stoked for this one. All right, moving on. This one is something a little bit different, but I thought I would play it anyways because it is an upcoming movie trailer. It is DC League of Super Pets trailer. This one comes out in 2022. We do know that Rock is the voice of Crypto.
League of Super Pet. I love it. Perfect.
Hey. Pets. Plural. You ever heard of a league with one dude in it? I haven't.
Well, they say I'm in a league of my own.
Oh, you're in a league of your own, all right. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody as messed up as you.
Next summer, Dwayne Johnson as Crypto. Kevin Hart as Ace. How much did you have to drink?
Kevin Hart in there, Keanu Reeves in there. That looks like a good ride too. Okay, that's fun. Speaking of May, that is a May film. I'm definitely going to check that one out in theaters. Probably it'll be a film that, my wife, son, daughter, and I see together. That looks cool. The Rock and... Sorry, lost in thought for a second there. The Rock and Kevin Hart have great chemistry together, They click very well in every movie and interview that they do. They're just a funny duo. They look like they've been longtime friends. They really feed off of each other's humor and energy. There's good respect between them. And I think the back and forth talk in the film as Ace and Crypto will be funny, and hopefully the rest of the movie is good. It'll be interesting to see, do we see any, DC superhero characters themselves like Superman or Supergirl in the film? That'll be kind of cool, but yeah, for now, I like that one. So far, we're on a roll. This is promising. Speaking of The Rock, here is The Rock in his actual DC live-action film, The Black Adam trailer coming next year. Let's watch. really looking forward to this. Oh boy. Probably should not have said that. Finish him. Oh. Powerful. Short and sweet. Is that it? Almost. July 29th, 2022. Okay, cool. That was short, but we got a little glimpse of the costume, and The Rock's awesome. Like, The Rock for this role makes a ton of sense. And going back to the original idea that I had like years ago of John Cena as Billy Batson, you know, that would be great, because eventually if John Cena was Shazam and The Rock, long time ago, like I said, was Black Adam, we would have this chemistry because the two of them worked together in the WWE. We'd have them on screen together, and like I said, I'm happy for Zachary Levi, but I'm also very happy that that Dwayne Johnson did end up getting the Black Adam role, because I think he's perfect for it. He's going to bring a lot of power, a lot of energy to it. I wonder if this will have flashbacks to way back in the day, thousands of years ago, when Black Adam was created by Shazam, and did exist in ancient times and come forth to modern day. As we can see, it obviously has some modern day elements, because if it does, it's going to be kind of interesting to see The Rock in a familiar ground as one of his first movies, which was in The Scorpion King, right? That'd be kind of cool. Of course, he was also in The Mummy Returns, Hakuma Shente, right? But The Scorpion King was one of his first debut solo films, him as the main lead actor throughout. And of course, The Rundown, too, was another early one with Sean Astin Scott. Yeah. Okay, this is cool. That's a July one, so middle of the year, birthday month for me. Awesome, another good one. I'm looking forward to these. I hope that with none of them that we've seen so far, they show too much in the months leading up to each release, I have a feeling that they will probably. I'm going to want to watch like one more trailer of each of these that I've seen so far, but hopefully not too many more than just like one. I want to go into them. It's kind of hard because when they're out there, you want to watch them because it's exciting, but you also kind of want to avoid it because then you'll get more out of the film itself in that first time, right? We'll see. All right, here's another 2022 one. It's the Flash trailer. Let's go.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere you want, right? Any timeline, any universe. Why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? You changed the future. And you changed the past.
Suit's looking good. Oh, snap. Wow. That's the Batmobile, dude. Oh man, they're not gonna show it.
Holy
Ah! All right, that was cool. Okay. Okay, that was really cool. Getting Michael Keaton back as Batman from 1989, the original Batman film, and Batman Returns. Getting him back in, putting on the suit right here, walking towards Barry Allen. Flashpoint. You know, there's a lot that could be done with this movie. You know, Flashpoint set off a lot of events in the DC universe in the comics. You know, New 52 was born after it, and then eventually things merged, but that took a while. You know, several years, and forgotten memories, and dual versions of selves, and a whole thing with Superman, and Superman watching from the side, and you know, Batman and Superman, him not knowing this one because that's not the Clark Kent I knew. The Clark I knew died, and so much to do with it. But movie-wise, they could really take this and, I don't want to say undo damage done, but there are a couple of things that probably shouldn't have happened in the DC reboot of films. Like Man of Steel as a first point, fine. You begin with Superman, that's good. But for the second film to kill off Superman in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, kind of unnecessary, kind of too soon, I think, because you didn't give fans enough time to really fall in love with a few performances of Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't think you gave the world within the movies, those people around the globe, to really fall in love with Superman as their hero for many years, you know, beyond just a couple at that point. By the time that he, you know, fought Batman and, you know, died and sacrificed himself, you had a really gigantic character in Doomsday, and you introduced him in the second film. Kind of too big, too fast, right? You were fine with Wonder Woman, fine with Aquaman, having Justice League that early without kind of establishing the Flash on his own and Cyborg on his own, and having these solo films. You kind of started all right, got jumbled up, rushed too far ahead, went backwards, and like, okay, now you've got an origin of Aquaman slash also taking place after the events of Justice League, and now you're having a Flash film that will probably serve as a maybe origin of the character, but most of it happening later on. You know, and you have Shazam origin and stuff, but really it's the Flash one that, in finding different universes, in resetting time, resetting some kind of timeline, this could be a way that you get this crossover of, you know, Robert Pattinson Batman, Ben Affleck Batman, Michael Keaton Batman coming together as one, and, you know, handing the torch off to Robert Pattinson, and maybe he becomes the new Batman in our DC films going forward. And, you know, if they negotiate with Henry Cavill a series of movies to go forward, he continues being Superman, and that's fine. If you don't, this is a way how you find a new actor who's going to be on board and commits to, 3 to 5 Superman films or appearances in other DC films as Superman for several years. I know people will draw comparisons to DC and Marvel, rightfully so, but for the folks that said, like, oh, if DC just did what Marvel did, they'd be labeled as copying, having all of these individual movies and then the super movie team up in Justice League. Not so. They would just be doing what they did in the comics. DC had a bunch of superheroes, Marvel had a bunch of superheroes, then they found ways to merge them into Justice League, into Avengers. This would just be taking that formula and doing it into film. So maybe some folks would say, copying what Marvel did with MCU. But in reality, it's just doing what you did, DC, in the comic world, but now on film. So I think they kind of went about it a little bit wrong, but they try to do it a little bit differently. But what they need to have is a group of folks that are directly involved and have a say and get together, and that could dabble in each of DC's properties so that they're all connected, that they're all cohesive and have a great story and launch forward stronger than ever, you know? I have high hopes for this one. I really like Grant Gustin as Barry Allen, as the Flash on the CW. I, think that Ezra Miller's Flash is definitely different, but also good, just a different type of good. I think the Barry Allen of the CW TV show, The Flash, is closer to the character himself, but then again, there are plenty of different versions that have been written of Barry Allen over the years, so it's okay to have a couple of different ones. In that same Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, where it was very, I don't want to say largely Flash-centric, but he definitely had a big portion of it, occur around him, he met with Ezra Miller's Flash, and that was just this awesome moment. Not only did we get, Smallville's Clark and Lois in that episode with Tom Welling and Erica Durance, but we also had Grant Gustin Flash meet Ezra Miller Flash. So there it goes. It just, brought together this kind of lack of cohesiveness that sometimes the DC films have and brought them into one. They made 1989 Batman canon from just another universe in the Crisis on Infinite Earths special, and the Christopher Reeve Superman that was, continued onward with Superman Returns, brought that actor back, Brandon Routh, who was also playing as another character, Adam, on the show, but reprising his role as Superman in this crossover, and brought that together. So it did a really good thing. I wouldn't mind that, coming out as a solo film and getting people into, DC more and more. But I think DC's doing a pretty good job now with the CW shows, with the HBO Max content that they have going. I like what I see going forward, but I think The Flash has great potential at really merging things together. All right, moving on. We've got a lot of things, like I said. We're already at 37 minutes. It's not going to be 2 hours, but we're not exactly blasting through it. Here's one that I'm looking forward to. I'm wearing the shirt. I could have picked any DC shirt today, and I picked the Batman. This is the main trailer for the Batman. Let's check it out.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
It's gonna be a question mark in the latte. Riddler. Oh boy.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning. I've been trying to reach you. Burn the God! This is a powder keg, and Riddler's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
It's shots.
I'm vengeance.
Penguin, but he's good. I think this is going to be a good one. March 4th. Oh, okay. That's earlier than a few of these. That's not too far away. March is early enough in the year that, you know, once December hits, which we're already 2 months away, you're like, well, then it's only 3 months away. So less than 5 months away until the Batman comes out. That looks nice. I don't know if it, like, okay, if this is as good for the Batman as Joker was as its own film, I would be very happy. I don't know if I would be more happy if the Joker film from a few years ago was canon as part of this Batman. I don't believe they're going to make that a thing unless if they surprise us and say, like, yeah, it is. You know, that Joaquin Phoenix Joker is the Joker, you know, from Robert Pattinson's youth as Bruce Wayne in that film, and like boom, mixed it together. Like, unless if they surprise us, it's not. But that being said, like, this trailer's got a good vibe behind it. It's dark without being too dark. We've got some humor, like with the gotcha, and you know, it's gonna have some moments, I'm sure, where it blends together good action, good fight choreography, some humor. Hopefully it's a good length movie. I feel like we've been waiting a while for another Batman film. In fact, you know, we haven't had a solo Batman film yet. Dawn of Justice was, you know, sharing Batman and Superman, giving the mantle to both, but not a solo Batman film since, you know, the Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises trilogy and stuff. So this is cool. That was a good trailer. Some nice shots. It looks like it's going to be shot well, and good amount of actors, good amount of villains. It'll be interesting to see if there are any like true surprises in it, like, oh, I did not expect blank to show up, right? What is that? I don't know. I want to be surprised, but that was cool. Okay, moving on. We've got video games. We had a TV show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. Wow. And now 3 video games. First, DC League of Super Pets, The Adventures of Crypto and Ace. This is the announced trailer. We already saw the movie trailer. Now we're going to check out the game. So that's kind of cool. See what it's like. It'll be interesting to see if the voice actors from the movie are reprising their roles in the game.
Here we go.
No, that's not The Rock.
All right.
Man, this makes me want a Superman game. I always want a Superman game.
Time to save Metropolis. DC League of Super Pets, The Adventures of Crypto and Ace.
If anything, it's kind of funny, but like,
Crypto and Ace.
that almost sounds like John Cena. Huh. I don't think it is, but wouldn't that be kind of weird? Yeah, alright. Coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. No individual PlayStation 5 release. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, if this game is good, and it's more than just a behind-the-back flight shooter and, you know, aiming, although even that did look kind of fun. If it's just that, we'll see how deep it is, how layered the levels are, how much freedom do you have, and what the price is. But if there's more beyond that, more gameplay involved, yeah, that could be worth picking out. I'd probably get it on Nintendo Switch unless if there was this vast level of visual fidelity improvement on one of the other versions. But a game like this doesn't look like it's going to be necessarily cutting edge visual design. And that's not a bad thing, but it looks like probably it'll run similarly across the board. We'll see. We'll see. Still kind of early. Spring 2022. Maybe an April release or something like that. Maybe something to coincide with the movie, actually. That kind of makes sense. Probably right before. Okay, cool. All right, next up. Something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. I didn't know which one to play last, so this is second to last. This is Gotham Knights official Court of Owls story trailer. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that this game and the last game, which I can tell you right now is the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I'm really hoping that these two are excellent games. All right, let's push play. See what it's like. I was a big fan of the story arc of Court of Owls.
Batman, Jim Gordon, they thought they had a handle on this city. They never did. You don't stand a chance. Because they're always watching, always listening, pulling everybody's strings. Mine, yours. But no one talks about them. Not a whispered word is said.
The Court of Owls is a myth.
They're listening.
Good lighting and shadows.
If you really want to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know there's no coming back from it.
That's cool. I like the logo too. Oswald Cobblepot. Got some significance there. Okay, that was nice. No gameplay footage. I mean, the closest to gameplay footage that we got, maybe, was when Dick Grayson was creeping up, and we kind of got an over-the-back perspective shot of him, you know, kind of hunched over, crawling towards what would become Cage and stuff. If this is all in-game engine, that's pretty impressive. It looks really nice. Of course, you know, manipulated camera angles and whatnot, so it's not really showing off what the game's going to look like necessarily as you're running around as these characters, but giving a good idea of the art direction and what's capable of it. Pretty solid. Yeah. 2022. I'm glad that that got confirmed. I'm glad that it's not delayed into 2023. This is something that's pretty awesome. I will be picking this one up day one for sure. All right. And finally, we have the Suicide Squad trailer for Kill the Justice League. This is the official story trailer, and this will be our final video that we watch together today. Let's check it out.
All of you are the worst of the worst of the worst.
Amanda Waller.
Still,
You're good at what you do, even if what you do is far from good. Welcome to Task Force X.
Let me take a look at you. A muscle head, a nut job, something that offends my eyes, and a homeless person. You're perfect.
Just checking. We're all seeing that thing, right?
This has one-way ticket written all over it.
What? What the hell have you sent us into? It's a bloody war zone out here.
Eyes up, people.
Congratulations, Task Force X. You're the first assets to make it into Metropolis alive.
I was just about to do that.
Task Force X. Your new mission is to kill the Justice League.
Raise your hand if taking on the Justice League is the worst idea you've ever heard.
I kinda zoned out.
What did you think would happen? You'd crawl out of your cells, swoop in, save the day?
Which superheroes did you say you were? Again?
Remember, your heads are ticking.
He's not gonna make it.
Mature game. That's good.
Waller, the Penguin is in flight. Repeat, the Penguin is in flight.
Then let's clip his wings.
Oh my god! He's getting up!
Hitting him again.
He ran out the door! Somebody stop him!
Did that get him?
No! It very much did not get him. Waller! Blow up his head!
2022. That one's, yeah, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC exclusive. That's going to be requiring a lot of horsepower to pull off their ideas. Rocksteady is a talented developer. I mean, I'm wearing one of their games on my shirt right now, and I'm looking forward to this one quite a bit. I thought that the Arkham trilogy that they were behind was great, and Arkham Knight in particular, which was the last one of them, looks fantastic. I played that on my base Xbox One back several years ago now, and then eventually played through parts of it here and there on my Xbox One X, and the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are far superior machines, so far ahead technologically speaking than PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were. So to have that much horsepower now for a game that takes place within that universe, within that kind of feel of a title, I think we're in for something special. It's also cool to see Rocksteady's take on characters like Superman and Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, The Flash, because we got so much Batman from them that, like, I understand why they stuck with Batman so long. They nailed his formula. They pulled off successful Batman games, just kept on going, sequel after sequel, and that's cool. But it's like, what could they have done with a Superman game, What could they have done with a Justice League? Maybe that would be too ambitious, build up to that. But here we have a few different gameplay styles going to be in Suicide Squad. We're going to see some of these superheroes that now are, targeted to kill. So I'm excited. Overall, DC Fandome 2021, from what I looked at right now, was a blast. I had a lot of fun. Do I have a favorite trailer overall? I don't know. Looking back, Peacemaker, Aquaman, Shazam, The Flash, Black Adam, Batman, Super Pets Game, Suicide Squad, Gotham Knights. That was a lot. Plus the look back at Smallville turning 20. Yeah, a lot of cool things to talk about. A lot of cool things. Don't have a favorite off the top right now. Overall, very happy though. That was a fun almost hour. Thank you for watching with me. Hopefully you are into DC, into comic books, because that's what we did for the last hour. This is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com signing out. If you have any comments, drop them down below. I will gladly get back to all of you. All right. Thanks again for joining me. Take it easy. Bye.